Let's print number using print statement using conventional approach using only print command. So here we have printed numbers from 1 to 10 but without using a for loop. So you see here that we have to give the print command each time to print the numbers from 1 to 10. So this looks pretty long and boring with repetitive print command to be given continuously. So for repetitive tasks, we can use the for loop. A for loop in Python is like a handy way to repeat some actions or instructions for a certain number of times or over a sequence of items. It's like telling the computer, hey, do this thing for each item in this group. I've done the same thing using a for loop. For number in range 111, print number. The whole long code is now decreased and it becomes very short with only this length of command. So the same execution is done here. Each is printing numbers or integers from 1 to 10. So let us see the syntax for the for command. For variable in range start, comma, stop, comma, step. And after that there is a code block to be executed. The start is the starting number of the range, which is inclusive. The stop is the ending number of the range, which is exclusive. And step is the step or increment value. Okay. Sometimes if the start is not specified, it defaults to 0. And if step is not specified, it defaults to 1. So let us understand this with some variation. For I in range 10, print I. So here we do not have start. The natural start that the computer understand is from 0. Here we also do not have any increment. So the increment is 1. So when we print I, it starts printing from 0. And this is the maximum value, which is exclusive. It cannot print 10. So it prints the integers from 0 to 9. Now another example for I in range 111. So we have the start value and the end value, which is exclusive. The start value is always inclusive and the end value is exclusive in the range. So it starts from 1 because it is inclusive. It has to print 1, but 11 is not exclusive. So it has to print any integer less than 11. So it prints from 1 to 10. Let us see another example. For I in range 0, 21, 2, print I. So here it starts printing the integers from 0 because the first start is inclusive. It prints any integers less than 21, so it prints up to 20. But the increment is 2. So first of all, it prints 0, then it increases the 0 by 2. So it prints 2. Then again, it increases the 2 by another 2. So it prints 4. Then by another 2, it prints 6 and so on up to 20. Now let us see this example for I in range 10, 0, -1. So here what's happening is the starting value is 10. So first of all 10 is printed. The end value is 0. And as we know, the end value is exclusive. We cannot like print 0 or the end value. So it doesn't print 0. The increment or decrement is -1. So it prints 10. It decreases by one value, it prints 9, it decreases by one value, 8, and so on until something closer to 0 is printed. So here it prints up to 1. Let's see another example for I in range 100 and 111, print I. So this is pretty easy. First of all, the start value, which is inclusive, is printed. So 100 is printed. 111 being the end value, it is not inclusive, it is exclusive. So any number or integers which is less than 111 is printed. So 110 is printed. For I in range -5, 6, print I. So it goes on printing from -5 up to any integers less than 6. So minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For I in range 10, 101 and 10. So here 10 is the start value, 101 is the exclusive in value, and 10 is the increment. So it prints 10 and it goes on increasing by 10. So our next integer that is printed is 20, 30, 40 and so on until any integer less than 101 is printed, and then the loop is executed. For I in range 20, minus 1 and minus 2, first of all 20 is printed. So 20 minus 2 becomes 18, 16, 14, 12, 10 and so on until it becomes 0. At the end, it tries to subtract minus 2 from 0, but minus 2 from 0 is minus 2, but the in value is minus 1. So minus 2 is not printed. So the loop exits. For I in range minus 10, 0, quite easy. Minus 10, minus 9, minus 8, minus 7, minus 6 and so on. So we covered some examples using the range function in the for loop. We can also use for loop along with the data structures such as lists, sets or dictionaries. Let us see one example. Here we have a list called procedures. So all the procedures that are present is listed here inside the square brackets, and each list element being a string is enclosed inside the columns MRI, X-ray and blood test. For procedures, in procedures, print performing procedure. So let's see what happens when we execute this code. It executes at performing MRI, performing X-ray and performing blood test. In this example, we have a list called procedures containing medical procedures such as MRI, X-ray and blood test. The for loop iterates over each item in the list procedures. During each iteration, the current medical procedure is assigned to a variable procedure. Inside the loop, print performing procedure prints a message indicating that the medical procedure is being performed. The variable procedure holds the name of the medical procedure for each iteration. Any variable after the for loop, we can keep any variable name, but after the in, we have to keep the variable name of the list. After this, we will go to the while loop. We use a while loop when the number of iteration is not known beforehand. Like in this condition, we know the number of iteration with the help of range, but in while loop, the iteration is not known. So the loop continues as long as certain condition is true. And as I told before, we use a for loop when you know number of iteration beforehand or when iterating over a sequence or a range.